on Larry King Now, actor and rapper 50 Cent on his new starring role in Southpaw.
Besides having a great crew attached to it, like Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, Forrest Whitaker's in the project, but it just had so many cool moments for my character in it, and there were true moments to how things function in the sport of boxing that it made me want to be a part of the project.
On his new album.
I mean, it feels like just what's the climate of what's going on in music right now, in hip hop, because it's changed a lot. Like just how, not only how people consume it, but what they're into at the current moment.
Plus, there's been a lot of coverage of your legal woes in the media lately.
Yeah.
Is that spotlight hard for you? It's all next on Larry King Now. Since his multi-platinum album Get Rich or Die Tryin' debuted at #1 over 12 years ago, Grammy winner Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has parlayed his vast success in the music world to become a wildly prosperous entrepreneur, investor, producer, and actor. On the heels of his release of Get Low, the first single from his forthcoming album, Street King Immortal, 50 stars alongside Jake Gyllenhaal in the highly anticipated new film, Southpaw, in theaters now. This is a very powerful film in which you do not play the world's most admired character. Why did you take this role?
Well, I mean, when I had the opportunity to read the screenplay, I talked to Antoine Fuqua about it. He directed the project, and
He did Training Day.
Yeah,
great movie.
And Equalizer.
Yeah.
So many things that, besides having a great crew attached to it, like Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, Forrest Whitaker's in the project, but it just had so many cool moments for my character in it, and there were true moments to how things function in the sport of boxing that it made me want to be a part of the project.
But it's a character who also is kind of disloyal, right?
Well, you know what, I think that is...
I mean, money is more important to him than...
Yeah, it happens over time. Gradually, the relationship between fighters and promoters or managers, because they'll see the cycle that builds. There's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight. Fight, get the money, spend the money, fight. And no interest in fighting when there's enough money around to not have to.
How'd you like working with Jake Gyllenhaal?
It was great. Like
he's great.
Extremely disciplined. You know, the guy is like class act, man. Like I had the opportunity to work with De Niro and Pacino and Forrest Whitaker prior to this, like Academy Award-winning actors, and this is just another one of those situations. They just haven't given him his accolades yet.
You like acting?
Yeah, I do.
Let's watch a scene from what is going to be a major hit, I think, Gyllenhaal, who he must be left-handed because he's left-handed in the movie, and they call the movie Southpaw. Here's a scene from Southpaw.
Look, I'm not going to pretend I know the pain you're going through, but I do know for you to get through it, you're going to have to get back in that ring.
No, Mo doesn't want me to sign that.
No, Mo didn't want you to sign it then. Now she would want you to actually sign the contract.
Why you say that?
Billy, every time I seen you fight, you climbed in there alone. Every time you bled your blood. When you sat down on that stool and it felt like death and you thought you couldn't get up, but you got up, you did that. You need to get back to that. You want Layla to grow up the way you grew up? You want her in the streets? It's a 3-fight deal, Billy. Got to get back to doing what we do, man.
How good are you at remembering lines?
Great. You know, I got to
obviously
remember an hour and a half lyrics to a performance, and people passionate about the music, so they're gonna know if you drop the line. If you say it a different way, they're gonna look at you like that ain't how the song go.
And when you're doing it, do you feel like you're in the scene?
I really enjoyed working on this project. You know, like it's one of those things where the experience, like I got further into the sport of boxing than I would have chose. Just having relationships with the top fighters had me living vicariously through them first, and then me and Floyd's relationship landed me in the sports.
Right?
Yeah, in the sport of boxing. So this is where it pays off.
They list you as Curtis Jackson in screen credits.
Right.
Did you suggest that, or they suggest that?
I suggested it so people wouldn't come looking to see 50 Cent.
And you have a song in the film, right?
Right.
And so, like Eminem.
Drama Saturday. M did the soundtrack to the actual film. And he actually called me about it, because originally he was attached to this project. They was developing it.
Oh, really?
For him to play the Billy Hope character.
Hmm.
And then when he saw, Jake's performance, and he was like, Jake, man, that's next level, because of the physical stuff that he endured to
And you're an entrepreneur, you know the public. How is this going to do in a summer when all you have is Ant-Man and Marvel Comics and blow-ups? I went to a movie the other day, and every comic attraction was people blowing up other people. How do you think it's going to do?
I think it's going to be #1.
Because of Gyllenhaal?
That and just the project itself it's one of those things where the sport of boxing is always drawing people in. You had huge success with Rocky films in the past, and this is a different kind of boxing film, though. It's about everything else.
Yeah.
About
life and death.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Floyd Mayweather like?
He's like my brother. It's like my younger brother. It's just because we're both in the positions that we're in away from each other. Like a lot of people around him are codependent. So they won't say things if he does something wrong, or if they accept whatever he's doing. And me and him will go through moments, but I love him.
More like a brothers fight.
Yeah.
So you have disagreements with him?
Yeah, we do. Public.
Like over what?
Well, just even the actual me getting into the sport of boxing, it was because he asked me to. He asked me to help him with Mayweather Promotions, and then he decided he wanted to do it on his own, but he didn't do it like a business person would do it.
He loves money, though, right?
Yeah, he does. I mean, you do it.
But he
you
spends
make $250 million in 36 minutes. You can spend some.
I do it. I'd get beat quick, though. Up next, I'm going to ask 50 about his life under the microscope in the tabloids. We'll talk about his forthcoming album. He's a multi-talented individual. And don't forget to see the movie Southpaw. Stay with us. We're back with 50 Cent. I call him half a dollar because I know him a long time. I can get away with it, and I don't get hit. The movie is Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal, Forrest Whitaker. This is going to be a great movie. It's going to be a big hit, too. All right, your new album comes out this fall. How does it separate itself from others?
I mean, it feels like just what's the climate of what's going on in music right now, in hip-hop, because it's changed a lot. Like just not only how people consume it, but what they're into at the current moment. And because I've been moving around, I got a vodka company now, so I've been promoting that from vodka, and I've been doing activation in nightclub areas. So I've been able to be exposed to different music that's playing. Because usually when I go to these places, Larry, they change what they've been playing to my music. So I'm here myself, and I'm not really being influenced by the other things that people are enjoying.
What's the new album called?
It's called Street King Immortal.
Oh yeah, Street King Immortal.
Yeah.
All the songs by you?
Yeah, I got some cool people I'm working with. Actually, Chris we worked on a song together. I seen him in the news this morning that somebody broke into his house or something like that.
Chris Rock?
Chris Brown, yeah.
Oh, Chris Brown. Oh, why is he always in the news?
I don't know. I think that's what happens when you get hot, Larry. And when you get hot, strange things just happen around you.
They gun for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it just keeps coming no matter what it is. I think it was like a month or two ago that one of his fans broke into the house and was just...
It's the nature of the being, almost.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, they drive you nuts. What's the state of the music industry today? I mean, it's certainly in flux.
Yeah, it's different, but it's just not just music, it's just entertainment in general. Because, you got people making the choice to watch what we would traditionally go out and enjoy ourselves in the theater. They watch it on the 8-inch screen and being comfortable with seeing it there, and I mean, it's changing both formats, but for music, it's different. Like now you have the ability to post content on YouTube. Because if you're an artist, you could pull music off of anything and kind of record over it, and then your telephone is shooting HD footage.
Can a recording make money?
Yeah, I mean, and putting on YouTube, if you have your own channel, as you start to accumulate, viewers in the fan base, you can sell advertisement over it.
The rap world healthy?
It is. Like it's a lot of different things happening. Like a lot of new artists, because of like platforms like YouTube, the new artist meets the general public before they meet the record company. Like they have something that starts to work, and then they end up at the record company doing the deal or deciding to continue their independence.
You're the executive producer and one of the stars of Power
Yeah.
drama show. How did that come about?
Well, it came from a meeting with me and Mark Canton. We started it in the Soho House just talking about a project that I was really excited about. Like I got a chance to watch recently the Superfly film. Curtis Mayfield made the soundtrack to it. And I was like, I want to create a series where the music kind of speaks for the characters at points, where they don't have to say anything and you know that he's thinking what the music's saying.
Have you always been an entrepreneur type?
Yeah, and to default too. Like I've done some things I wasn't supposed to do, like trying to serve my instant gratification early on. You know, I went in the wrong direction, but as I kind of got myself in the music, I've been able to do better things.
Music is still number one, right?
Yeah.
Over everything.
Right.
We had Lala Anthony on the show lately, and she talked about her nude scene. It was leaked before it aired, and we're not happy about it. You once said, I don't display emotions. I have every feeling that everyone else has, but I've developed ways to suppress them. Anger is one of my most comfortable feelings.
Right.
What did you make of all of that?
Well, that was a two-part, because you was talking about Lala and her sex scene first, and then we went to the anger. So, but I think it's exciting to see that people cared that much about the scene. Like it's a.
Did it bother you that Lala did that?
No, I thought it was what Halle Berry did in Monsters Ball. I thought it was done tastefully. It was like actually playing a character. Like if you have reserved feelings towards, you know, doing these things, then you gotta evaluate whether you really want to be a part of these projects. You know, like, because the writers, like, it's not a whole lot of improvisation going on when you watch television shows. Like, you're saying the line that the writers wrote and doing the scene that was put in the film, you know, and she did a great job to the point that people were talking about it, so it was like...
That's what you want.
Yeah. And
do you like seeing yourself in a movie?
I do. I'm bigger than me. I'm bigger than me right now. It's like, look up at this.
Look up there.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot. You've been shot 9 times.
Yeah.
Growing up without your biological father, selling drugs, make money at a young age. Do you pinch yourself that you got through all that?
Yeah, I feel great.
How do you feel?
It makes me feel like there's nothing that can be in front of me that can be more difficult than what I've already experienced. I've been through the tougher parts of my life already.
In other words, like Don Rickles said, what are they going to do to me now? Right?
Exactly that.
When you've been through rough times, what could be rougher? There's been a lot of coverage of your legal woes in the media lately.
Yeah.
Is that spotlight hard for you?
It's not as difficult. I've seen so many things said about me in social networking at points, and when you don't anticipate it, it lands a little harder on you. Like when this, I can telegraph, I can see what's gonna come from people when they see this in advance. And it's a move that was necessary for me to make at this point, so I didn't allow myself to create that big red and white bullseye on my back where I become the person that people consistently come to.
So you don't let tabloids bother you?
Nah, they let it last a week before they start going in a different direction. First they tell you one way and then they tell you the other.
Comes and goes.
Yeah.
Coming up, we will talk more about 50's hit drama series Power. We'll play a little game of If You Only Knew. He's 50 Cent. He's half a dollar. And he's one of the stars of Southpaw. Don't go away. We're back with 50 Cent. Southpaw is in theaters now. One thing more on Power, the show. What can we expect the rest of this season?
Oh, man, nothing but excitement.
Give me a hint.
Courtney's done some great things, like the writer and showrunner of this project. Like, I worked with her from the very beginning developing the show.
Showrunner's very important.
Yeah, and she's like, they're actually in the writing room now. Like, it's like they're working on season 3 while it's airing. And it's really getting ready to get exciting because we're at the halfway mark. Like, we're getting ready to be episode 6 of 10, and it starts to really build. And she's been able to consistently pace herself.
Is she part of the writing team?
Yeah. Like, she paced herself like as far as the first season went, so the character development process where people can be invested in the different characters, and now it's because they're aware of them, things are moving faster, so it feels like the intensity of the finale of the first season going all the way through this year.
Exciting.
Yeah.
You made some comments last winter that alluded that you're not a big fan of Empire, which is the #1 show on Fox, right?
Yeah.
What don't you like about it?
Well, I didn't like that they borrowed from the marketing of the Power Show. Like they
really?
kind of, yeah, they made some interesting choices to even use power in the tagline of empires are built on power. Like, you know, like different things that they've done over and over to connect to an audience. Because it's very rare that a new original series hits its bullseye that way. And
Yeah,
I like, but I do like the cast. I do like Terrence Howard. He was in my first film. Taraji she's cool.
Are you
Timbaland.
happy this is a success?
Yeah, Timbaland's the music supervisor on the show is my partner in SMS Audio. Brian Grazier, I worked with him on the animated show, so I'd like to see them continue success.
Brian's a good guy.
Yeah.
That'll go past. We play a little game of You Only Knew. I saw some questions at you. You remember the first girl you ever kissed?
Yeah, yeah.
How old were you?
A few minutes, my mom.
Good. Where were you born?
I was born in Jamaica, Queens, in Jamaica Hospital. Yeah.
I know, Jamaica. What high school did you go to?
I went to Andrew Jackson High School.
I know. I went to Lafayette High School.
Right there, yeah.
Something besides power that we'd find on your DVR.
On my DVR, I usually have a lot of the sporting events.
Me
I don't
too.
wanna miss, yeah.
Music we'd be surprised to find on your iPod.
Maroon 5.
Hidden talent.
Hidden talent. I can block people. I can block things out that I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I can just have it.
You can block it out of your mind?
Just turn them off.
You can take troubles away?
Well, yeah, I can. Well, not. I can't take them away, but I can not acknowledge them.
Good answer. Actor or actress you'd like to work with?
Actor. I like to work with. Mark Wahlberg.
A musician you'd like to work with?
Musician. Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Guilty pleasure?
I like the Taylor Swift's new CD.
You like to what?
Taylor Swift's new CD.
Something that makes you happy?
Well, just being in a comfortable space. I don't need much going on.
Something that pisses you off?
Look, I acknowledge that the general public loves tragedy.
A few of your favorite new young rappers?
Favorite new, I like this artist Kid. I'm working with him. Troy Ave. Who else could I put in there? Even Shy Glizzy.
Why did you take the name 50 Cent?
Well, I'm named as a guy from Fort Greene Projects, but it's because I used to play video games and stuff like that, and I wouldn't ask for a chord. I want to play twice.
So it became 50 Cent.
Yeah.
The best thing about New York?
Best thing about New York is it don't stop. It's always something to do.
Best thing about L.A.?
The L.A. is Hollywood. You find desperation here.
You're looking for desperation.
Yeah, it can make a good night for you.
Something that most people don't know about Dr. Dre.
Well, I've known him for a long time and don't know very much about him outside of his passion for music.
Something we don't know about Eminem.
Oh, M is a huge boxing fan.
A piece of advice you'd give yourself back when you were starting out.
Don't listen to nobody around you. They don't know what's going on. Just feel it out.
50 Cent, you're 40 now, right?
Yeah.
50 Cent at age 45. What are you doing?
Grown and sexy.
What would you be doing 5 years from now?
Or 45.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'll probably be laid back. I'll probably kick back by then. Like,
You're not going to retire.
maybe around that time. Well, you know, I'd still be a part of it. I still want to be a part of music culture, but at that point, I'd be the platform.
Oh, you don't have to record?
Yeah, I'll be the guy that they come to so their recordings are marketed the right way.
You'd be the financer. Up next, we'll wrap things up with some fan questions for 50 from social media. Don't go away. We're back with 50 Cent. He's one of the stars with Forrest Whitaker, a whole host of others, and Jake Gyllenhaal in Southpaw. Did Diddy send you a lifetime supply of Ciroc vodka for your birthday?
And that was a joke, but it was nice of him to wish me a happy birthday.
How's it feel to be 40?
Feels good, man. They told me I was supposed to feel like my neck was hurting, but my neck don't hurt.
All right, here are some social media questions. Aaron DeRico on Facebook. As a creative person who's had a life journey far different from most people, how do you make and keep your work in music relatable?
Well, when you make it, you kind of have you reflect on how far you've came. So your journey is where the material is. That's where the inspiration for the characters from the Power series.
Was it easier when you weren't rich and when you weren't making it?
It's easier when you're rich.
Easier when you're rich.
With the comfort around you, you can focus and be creative and do those things. I don't think I need to feel like I'm worried about the light bill in order to create something special. You know?
Brandy McGee on Twitter. Do you feel that the school-to-prison pipeline is a real issue for the African-American community?
School-to-prison pipeline?
Well, a lot of talk about it now. Two-thirds of our prisons, young black guys.
Yeah,
and they're in it for use more than violence.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it's just developing passion. Because that's the way I got away from some of the things that were influencing me in the environment. It's finding something to really want to work for.
Wasn't it hard?
You got to find something. Like for me, it wasn't it doesn't seem like a difficult task now that when you're looking at it like risk versus rewards. What comes into play if you continue that lifestyle or if you try something different? And the option of trying something different is a lot sexier.
What was the worst age for you?
The worst age was when I first had to go into my grandparents' house full time. I spent a lot of time there because my grandmother would take care of me, you know, but when I had to go live there, it was a different thing. You know?
Moyo Daniels on Twitter, is 50 Cent a Christian or a Muslim?
Well, I was raised Baptist, you know, so.
Weed Squared on LKN blog. What's your favorite songs to work out to?
Just the new music that's playing right now.
At Tall T on Twitter, do you feel like the rash of police brutality in the media is racially motivated?
I think it's always been there. I don't think it's particularly racially motivated. I think it's being captured now because everyone is conditioned to have a phone that's a recording device. So we see it a little more, but when you come up in an environment where you see people go to sleep and wake up with negative intentions, then you understand it's almost a necessary evil. And that they should probably have like some sort of evaluation for police officers at that point so they can decide whether they fit to stay.
Do you think you're a role model?
I'd like to be viewed as a role model.
Ravishing Reels on LKN. Who would have won a fight between, in their prime, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? I could answer that. Come on.
You know what?
I love Mike, but Ali would.
Yeah, see, you know, look, anybody would say that just based on Ali being conscious, socially conscious.
No.
And he's the people's champ.
Fast and tall. Come on.
I know, but this guy...
Would Tyson have hit him?
At his peak?
At his peak. Ali. You talk about Ali.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
You think Mike might have a chance against him? At his peak?
You know, when Mike was at his highest point, he did something that was significant. He made, not just convince me, but he convinced a large portion of the world that there wasn't a man in existence that
he
could
frightened other fighters.
Yeah.
But I don't think Ali.
It's a tough one. Ali was, he's one of the greatest fighters ever.
You give Tyson a shot.
I give him a shot. If there's some way we got to be able to do something. We got all this technology.
Freddie Gonzalez on Facebook. Okay, I'm not going to change him. Do you think you're a role model for kids in underprivileged neighborhoods?
Well, yeah, I like to be a symbol of hope. I like to be someone that they look at that come from really tough background and stuff, and that they make it out of it. There's no excuses. I don't care what kind of cards you dealt. There's no excuses. If you want to make it, you can do what you got to do to make it.
Matt Burton on Facebook. Would you be interested in taking over as the next host of The Apprentice?
Maybe I should, right?
Yeah, why not? Okay, what's coming up in the coming months? You going to do another movie?
Well, they're writing season 3 of Power now, So, you know, of course I'll participate in that. It's my television show. And then the right role come up, I'll do it. Like, you know, because now I can pick my shots. I don't need to just jump in anything.
What was it like to be directed by Mr. Fuqua?
It was really good. Like, he was so personable that you didn't have a problem just going to talk to him about anything. Sometimes the director, you be distanced from, you just prepare yourself, and it's that hurry up and wait process so you can perform, but you don't, you know, keep going to talk to him for...
For Fuqua, you could talk to him.
Yeah.
Always great to see him,
It's a pleasure, Larry.
Keep punching. I'd like to thank my guest, 50 Cent. His new album drops this fall, and Southpaw is out now in theaters nationwide. As always, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. I'll see you next time.